Welcome to Getting Back Up, where grief meets growth.
Two men, two fathers, and one shared journey of rebuilding.
We're talking about life after cancer, love, loss, and everything no one tells you.
How you doing? I'm Jamal Jones.
And I'm David McClain.
And this is Getting Back Up, Finding Life After Death podcast.
Yes, we're back again. Hello.
Yeah. This is one that's interesting because you go through phases of it, and specifically, I remember being mad, like after losing Janice, like the immediacy, my late wife Janice, like the immediacy of losing her. I remember being mad.
Right. That's the worst kind of anger.
Yeah.
Because it can be one thing or many things, and it's not anything specifically.
Sometimes. Yeah, because it's just sitting there, right? And like you don't like, why am I? You wake up, you're angry, and it could be triggers by different things. And I think that's the hard part because you don't know where it's coming from and why it's there sometimes.
Yeah, that's what we want to talk about today. It's this idea, and it is an anger, but I think it's a little more layered than that. And so we'll kind of get into it.
Yeah, because it sticks around for a lot longer than people realize.
Yeah.
And it's then as you go through it, you realize it presents itself in different ways for different reasons.
Yeah. And I think what we want to do is, our intention today really is so you understand it, that it's something that it's going to quietly kind of shape you, and you're going to live with it. It's just going to show up. That is the reality of it.
Yeah. And I think it's, as I think about, like I said, it was much different phases, but I think the immediacy, I think that's easy. You're still going through the funeral and
Same.
Planning and all of that. That makes sense. But it's how it presents itself later down the line, like when things settle.
Yeah.
That's the one where it's like, wait, why am I feeling this way right now?
Yeah, there's no clear target on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's just how you feel.
Yeah.
Right. So
kind of getting into it, I think what this really is, it's anger without direction. As I said to start, it's all amorphous kind of everything that's happening at once.
Yeah, it's nowhere specifically to put it. It just spreads. It goes all over the place. It presents itself in different aspects of your life, your day to day,
places you just don't expect sometimes.
Yeah. But I mean, I think so. I mean, as we think about it, like the main thing, so where it shows up and how it shows up, I think are the ones that you probably are going to find it kind of confusing, right? You show up when you start doing things by yourself, parenting, right? Like when you find out there might not be anybody else to pick up the kids, you to have to like manage your schedule and move things around, work, it can be small things that just kind of like kick you off it. And I don't think it's like this very, very intentional, fuel-filled, fiery-filled anger.
Right.
It's more like I can't believe that this is where I am, or this is the situation.
I have all these other things, but it exacerbates the idea of it's just me.
Yeah.
So it's the things that may seem normal that you deal with, but they add up and it starts to bother.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you could call it like survivor's remorse.
Yeah.
Right, where you are like, man, the partner should be here for this experience, graduations, birthdays. And the reality of those is that can happen early in the grieving process, in your experience, and it can happen late in the process, right? Like 8-9 years removed, and it's Mother's Day or birthdays or different days where take the dynamic. I'm talking like parenting scenarios, especially where this other parent is missing from this experience,
and that person, that parent, has the know how experienced dealing with that.
Right.
And so someone does that, and then you do the other thing.
Right.
'Cause I can think about as a single parent now when children get sick.
Yeah.
And you have to stop, and it's not one parent doing one, the other, and then you go about work or whatever it is that you need to do. It's I got to stop, and I've got to change my whole schedule now.
Yeah.
I don't have another person to fall on in that way.
It's in the theme of basketball season. You can't pass the ball. I guess any season, soccer or
True.
or any, like, you can't pass the ball in when it's just you.
Yes.
Right. You gradually you find the friends, the relationships, the family members that you could tap in as you need to. But like in that immediate moment,
right,
your first phone call used to be this person. Right.
Babe, can you do this? Because yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and so those little things that when your patience becomes shorter.
Yes.
Especially when you're working with your kids, and you reach it faster, that patience. You got to really think about it at times and realize, well, why am I feeling this way?
Yes.
Because you are the only one. It's overwhelming at that time.
Yeah.
That's definitely where it shows up.
I like the idea around like the everyday, inconveniences. I remember times, going grocery shopping, and, I hate grocery shopping. I was telling you that earlier.
Yes, you were.
And, you go to the grocery store and you get everything, and you get home and you start making dinner and you forget that ingredient.
Yeah.
And you're mad. Like at that moment, you're mad because, man, why did I forget that ingredient?
Yeah.
Right. There's somebody else you could have talked to, but you might take that frustration out in that moment. Or your late wife or partner might have been the one to remind you.
That's right.
Don't forget,
baby. Make sure that cayenne's in there.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, exactly. So make sure it's coconut milk and not coconut cream. Right. Apparently, there's a difference, right?
Yeah. And I think also where it shows up, the sense of anger, is people who don't get it.
Yeah.
Because it's all on you.
Yeah.
And they may not understand because they haven't gone through the seasons that you have, and they just won't understand.
Yeah, I think the part about this one that's really interesting is you forget in kind of the quiet moments, if you kind of forget and think that, oh, this will pass. This moment of anger will pass. And we're saying it's not deep anger all the time. Sometimes it's just like annoying anger, annoyances that I can't believe this is something that she would like, or this is something that we had done together, or this is something that the kids would want to have her here for. Right. And I say this even in my scenario where, Janice and I didn't have like the greatest marriage, right, toward the back end of our marriage. So, and I still say that. I still say, man, like, she would have appreciated this birthday. Or Zaya or Jackie, Tahir they would have wanted her here for this.
Your other children,
like,
right?
Yeah, my other children. And that's the part where it's just like, you're angry about that. You're angry about loss. You can be okay. You can do that. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right about that. It's there's still that sense of absence and loss. You could have moved forward in so many ways.
Yeah.
Probably the way your late wife would want you to. And she said to you, do things differently. And that's what she means. And that also is not forgetting what her contribution was at that time. So, you see, you definitely see that. I think when we talked about this a whole episode, or at least half, is dealing with all the systems, insurance companies, the government, as it relates to medical, any kind of finances. I mean, we were real about it in a prior episode. It's this idea of now the money coming in is all on me. I'm definitely feeling that.
The systems, at least before, and I say this thinking back, because I'm grateful now, remarried, and Jordan, my wife, she takes a good amount of the system management.
Yeah.
Right.
And she's good at it.
But then we also divide and conquer. Right. There's something and I think that's another part when it's all on you, those things that you used to divide and conquer.
Yeah.
And again, you're not vehemently this rage behind you, but it's just like, man, I gotta do this by myself.
It's agitation.
It's agitation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's you're going through all of these different phases, these different aspects of anger, annoyance. And, yeah. How does it present itself physically? In different moments, like we talked about, it could be like the tenseness, the shortness.
Yeah.
And it could, in some cases, depending on what it is, it could present itself as anxiety. An inability to relax and find calm.
Yeah.
Because you're like, now I think that's an important part of, like, again, recognizing what it is, why it exists, where you are, find a name for it, why this thing would have been, why this experience would have been important to her, or why this experience would have been important to the kids, or what you would have gotten out of it. I think it's important to be in those places.
Yeah.
But
I think if we think about what has surprised us about this, and for others, and we all will deal with this differently, is just how long it has stayed around. That it may not. It's not something that you completely conquer, because these situations where it's on you and that is in high relief that you realize and see it. I think in stark relief, I should say, is you really do feel it.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's. I think the severity of it is temporary, but it in of itself is not temporary.
Yeah.
Right. Again, the memory process, the grieving process is complex, and it's in some cases it goes through stages and phases. And whether it's 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, there's going to be some element of you that can always retrospectively or look back and say, oh man, like this would have been a good time. This my late wife or whoever, man, they might have appreciated this. Or, oh man, we wanted to go to the Mount Rushmore. I don't know, like whatever. So, but there's a part of you that's always going to be like, bringing, that's going to kind of be aware of that.
Yeah.
And again, I think the part of it is that you have to pay attention to is the severity of that anger, the severity of that. And this is, as you go through all of these phases and all these steps, it's not letting the severity stay.
That's right.
Where at the highest level, it's recognizing that gradually the levels come down. Gradually, the frustration, the anger comes down. But I think the surprise is, when it shows up, that's going to be a surprise.
How long it stays around.
Yeah, and when it presents itself.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
and for those who have lost someone, it will always be there.
Yeah.
To some degree. It's managing and getting better about it. But I think you'll be surprised maybe that I still feel this way. Yeah, because there's maybe something that you have forgotten about that relationship that shows up much later. I mean, I'm sure that's kind of.
I mean, you have to think about it as like you're going through this constant photo album in your head.
Yeah.
Right. There's a constant retrieval mechanism that's, I think it's hilarious. Google, Apple, they all do the photo thing, right? And they present the photos from 10 years ago and 15 years ago. And remember this person, remember the birthday. And you're like, oh man, like that. I would thank you. I wasn't even thinking about that. Right. But it's a part of it where you still get to be connected and human, and like, okay, well, I still care. That's good. I still care. And that's fine. But I think that's the surprise, when it shows, how long it sticks around is definitely there.
Yeah.
And then the one is that it doesn't always have a clear target. Right. There's not always like a very specific thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like what else surprised you that you found is in your experience so far?
It's just about that specific target piece. And it's just because you start to, if you're concentrating on the one thing that you have to do, if it relates to something with the house or getting that child, managing the multiple schedules, getting somewhere, but then add on and have all these other things to do. And so my movement kind of slows a little bit because I have to manage all this. And then I have to think per season. We're trying to go to this place and I've got to plan that.
Yes.
And I've got to see the best prices flying XYZ, all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And you just want to quit sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think when I get angry, and what has surprised me is I expire during the day because I go through my day, all that I do, and getting myself up and do my little exercises, the first part of my stuff, making sure the children get in the bathroom in their schedules and that folk aren't late, the girls aren't late.
Yep.
And then getting them there, they may have something that they have or have not done. Oh, well, you need a permission slip and you need money to go with you. We should have dealt with that last night, type of thing. But now you're late, and now I'll get it later.
Yeah.
And then going through just the balance of work and just being present for that.
Yeah.
Relationships somewhat, but it's just anger in the sense of I won't always have as much time for people at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Whether I'm in a relationship with somebody or some of my friends, I don't want to talk.
Right.
Sometimes. So I think I'm just needing time away from my responsibilities. Yeah. I don't want to be short with someone. So I choose not to call or talk to that person. And send them, think about it.
Yep.
And send them a little text. Hey, maybe let me get to you tomorrow.
Yeah. Not today. Can't do
not
that.
Today. I can't. Yeah. Yes. I'm not there today. Whatever. Or at this point in the day. That kind of thing.
No, I think those are good. And I think the one, right, that it can take over your mood and your tone.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's evident because that's where you do need to recognize where you are at a given moment so that you can say, hey, I need some Dave time.
Yeah.
I need some Jamal time in this moment. Or you can say, hey, I need this time, and this is what I specifically need from you right now, right? So that you can set that. And also, when you have kids, like, to your point, like, I think about times where the kids get sick, or, especially once you get the flow, your flow almost becomes methodical. Like, I'm doing this at 6 o'clock in the morning. This is 6:30. This is 7:30. By 7:45, everybody's piling up in the car, getting to the front. Like, you get this routine, and if anything throws off the routine, that's like, damn it, like, I can't believe, like, you're ready to snap, right?
Right. Yeah.
The worst is, like, you get the routine going. You got 2 kids in tow, and one's like, my stomach hurts. You like, right? Like, that
just had another day.
That
just had another day for me.
Yep.
We were about to go to the movie and do all this other, and that's exactly what happened.
And now you're like, man, because then at that moment you're like, man, if this person was here, then I just be like, you stay. Right. You got her, I got her.
We'll see you later.
Right?
Yeah.
Text me, let me know how it goes. Right.
Well, let me just add to that. And then also what I said before is I think this idea of I had one of those situations where different plans, I'm going about my day. Then we get that remembrance of a certain song. There was this song that I remember that it came on because I was talking to somebody else, and it was this spiritual song that Nalani and it hit us both, just square in the heart, chest, whatever. And that came on when I was commuting to the city. I couldn't listen to the whole song. So it's that sadness that is occurring alongside the exhaustion of making sure all of these boxes are checked off, and you're going.
And in that moment, you've got all the emotions plus the anger plus. And I think that's the one that I know I struggled with sometimes. And it kind of caused me not necessarily lash out at the kids, but I would become more like internal. I'd hold in internally, and sometimes it caused me to be stoic. Right? Like, like they didn't know where I was. Right. Which probably meant they're walking on eggshells trying to figure out where I am. Right.
True.
And that was the one where, like, just struggling to not let those changes and those feelings of anger, frustration, impact how I talked or interacted with the kids.
That's that. that's real every day.
Yeah.
That's something that folks can definitely struggle with.
Yeah. And you know, I look at it as a learning lesson or as a lesson. If I could talk about this with the kids, then, you know, I should be able to talk to them about anything.
Yeah.
And it's not as, it's easier, you know, it's easier said than done, you know.
Yeah, and where I think we struggle too is, I mean, you had already said it about, so then I can start to speak to the kids in a certain way, and if it's affecting me, maybe I should check with them to see how it's affecting them as well, specific to them. But I think you also had mentioned, we both did, about recognizing that this may show itself.
Yeah.
This sense of anger or agitation, and thinking about it before you say or do.
Yeah. You know, I think it's the other part, right? This all gets into like we always talk about age appropriate conversations, right? But expressing what we're going through, what we're feeling, why we acted a certain way.
Yep.
Right. Like it shouldn't always be the expectation that we're going to be perfect and you know, deal with it the right way right out the door. Our kids, it's healthy for our kids to see us struggle. It's healthy for our kids to see us fail. And it's healthy for our kids to see us say, I'm struggling and I failed.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's like the important part of, you know, making sure that we're expressing these things in a healthy way to our kids and anybody else who's in our support circle.
Yeah.
But in particular with our kids, to let them know, like, hey, these are things that I'm feeling, and it comes up randomly.
Right.
I can be angry or upset or disappointed or you know, the full range of that bubble of anger.
Yeah.
Right. You know, for different reasons. And they may all be associated with the realization and the reminder that your mom is not here.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And as men, we try to pull all of that inward.
Yeah.
And that inner turmoil, oh no, I'm going to deal with it. And then it becomes regret. Then it feels like, to some degree, shame that you aren't dealing with it in this real macho way or whatever. And that can be a struggle as well.
The part that's even, I mean, you know, think about it. Like probably think about scenarios where we can deal with this stuff privately, you know, in the comfort of our own home, cabin of the car, when the music comes on and I decide to turn to CNN instead of, you know, instead of some song that's reminding us. Right. But I think there's another part, like dealing with it in professional settings. Right. Like when, one, those reminders come, or two, when your professional setting knows your situation. Right. And they may poke and probe and comment and make, you know, they're figuring out their own way to support you, or maybe not. Right. Maybe they don't care. But something's going to happen, and now you got to hold it together in a professional setting. Right. Now you got to figure out, how do I deal with this anger or this moment that just arose? Like,
don't they know that I have this loss?
Yeah.
And it's not like it's going to be filled in because that person is gone.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and you're in the back of your mind, you're thinking that they've moved on, but you can't, you know. So it is difficult in that way to really kind of manage that.
Yeah. You know, and then we always, you know, letting it go instead of holding on to it. You know, I think we always say, like, embrace the emotions, understand them, trying to process it. You know, I think those are important things that are necessary in the process. Like, you know, don't shy away from the anger, those feelings. Just kind of lean into them and understand, like, okay, she would have appreciated being at this event. It is very annoying, man. I just having to do this grocery shopping.
You know, it's immediate gratification for me.
Yeah, I know you love it. I don't know you guys. I
really do like
just all the cart.
Gotta go with the list, brother. You know that.
I have my favorites, and
I know.
You know, I have the stores that I try to avoid. But
I know. But you know, admitting that you might have still been angry.
Yeah.
That can be a struggle.
Yeah.
As well, and just recognize I thought I had moved past that.
Yeah.
But that can be a struggle as well. Just
Yeah.
admitting, I may need more time or different process.
And I think another part of it is admitting what you're angry about. Sometimes the anger is not about you. It's about, like, I know for me, I'm angry for the kids.
Yeah, true.
I'm more angry for the kids
Exactly.
than anything.
They don't have their
that they don't, and you know, like you can put all the perfect puzzle pieces around them: family, friends, an amazing supportive, you know, partner or a spouse if you get remarried. But there's still a part that you're angry that, like, man, but they don't have their mom, right? And I think everybody needs to kind of accept that you'll find your place there every once in a while.
Yeah.
You know,
with all these things that we talked about with struggle, we know and have to recognize what can make it worse.
Yeah.
It's not acknowledging it.
Yeah.
That all of these thoughts and situations,
Yeah.
if not addressed properly, it's gonna make it worse.
Yeah, you can't push that down. Because you have to like process it and understand it. The more you push it down, the more that fire just builds up.
That's right.
Inside.
Just shoveling coal right in.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to, you know, understand that and accept that. And then, you know, what, again, more things that, you know, bottling up, it is there. Don't pretend it's not there. That's probably the biggest thing people could do.
And more on just, if you aren't sleeping and if you aren't taking care of yourself, that's going to make it worse. And just that physical burnout, whether you're balanced at work, at home, and everything, because you become everything once you are that widower.
Yeah.
Everything is on you.
I admittedly was horrible. I used to pride myself on not needing a lot of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And particularly as I got older, but also, you know, once I started dating Jordan, and, you know, we started talking about like the importance of sleep and in general health, but also stress management and healing, and also just like closing your eyes and going through the process of winding down and letting those thoughts go in and out. Like, that's important to do. It's almost kind of like, you know, people who say they don't like to meditate. It's like you're meditating when you fall asleep. Yeah. Right. Like, as much as you may not realize it, your body is putting you into a meditative state, and like not letting yourself go there. That's like dangerous for a lot of different reasons.
Absolutely.
Isolation.
Oof. Yeah.
Right. Like,
that'll make it worse.
Yeah. You know, you can't bottle yourself up and, you know, stay inside and not engage with family and friends. You know, you have to have those healthy ways to process the day to day.
Yeah. And I think something that you start early on, particularly in your loss, is just replaying what if scenarios. Boy, you can drive yourself crazy on that. It was not up to you.
Yeah.
And that you have to understand that loss wasn't up to you.
Yeah. I think one thing too that I think about, that we've talked about it before, is like, you know, feeling like you should be past this by now. Why are you still feeling angry? Why are you still feeling upset? Why did this moment trigger you? Why did this song come on 5 years later and you're like, oh my God, like you instantly feel like moments, you're almost like, you know, in shock or paralyzed. Like, the reality is you are past it, but you're just getting to a different point. Right. Like, you're always getting past the past part. There's always something else in front, and those triggers don't always, you know, they don't disappear. They're going to be there. The severity of them may just change over time. Right. And I think that's important to like realize that, you know, like I said, I'm going to be it's going to be 9 years for me.
Yeah.
Since I lost my late wife, and I'm past so much, but I still have a trigger. Right. I still have the moment where I'm like, can't believe she's not here.
Yeah.
I'm mad, I'm upset, I'm disappointed. But again, I know they're for different reasons.
Yeah.
Right. Does it say that fundamentally where I am now might be drastically different? maybe, maybe not. But I do know that she's not here for her, and the kids can't experience her.
Right. And it's this idea too of this transference of this pain.
Right.
And where is that going to go?
Mhm.
Which the transference from pain can become anger.
Yeah.
And so you need that outlet somewhere.
And when you talk about like the outlet, like the outlets have to be, it has to be a balance. Like it's not just Dave and I shooting the shit, catching up, right? Or you know, whoever else we share our experience with or talk to. It's also us finding other ways to release all of this.
So important.
Whether it's physical, emotional, like working out, going for like all of the things that we've always talked about. Like you have to find ways to create balance in your life in order to process and deal with this every day.
Yeah. You have to find a routine.
Yep.
There's comfort in good routine and something you can fall back on where you're not guessing and grasping at things.
Yeah.
Go back to what kind of can work and then expand upon that for sure. So what's kind of helped is really this recognizing this anger. Recognize it early before it really escalates.
Yeah.
That's definitely the help that you can give yourself.
Yeah. And understand, like, I think the important, like, letting your kids know, particularly if you're if you're a parent, like letting them know, hey, today was tough. Today I had a moment, because that allows them to go into you and say, hey, Dad, I had a moment today. Right. And now you're both sharing something that you get to share something that is relatively, not to say simple to talk about, but healthy to talk about.
Makes it easier.
Like, it makes it easier that, oh, okay, you too.
That dialogue can happen.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's something that, like, it's important to.
And it's modeling this parenting too for them. Because what you and I talk about all the time about this original programming, how we grew up in our households, good, bad, whatever that made sense, the interactions that we saw with our parents.
Right.
We take that, we go to our own and we start our family. We're those children who are now adults. And so now it's for us to understand there's an audience to what we're doing.
Right.
So I think I like what you said there, because then that gives them a sense of, oh, well, we can talk about things. You don't have to stuff it down. Or someone could display some agitation, some anger, but they diffused it and we're having a conversation about it with my parent. Age appropriate, as you said.
And I think you know, there's a lot of different ways. Just, you know, give yourself the space. You know, when you feel like something's hitting you, give yourself the space to breathe it out, think about it. What is this? Before you actually react. You know, and like, if you got to change the music, that's no problem. Right? It's all good. Change the song. But like, give yourself the space to process it, not necessarily escape it. Right. I think in that moment. So.
Yeah. And as you and I know, because you and I will talk often, just, you understand. There's someone I can call and we can talk these things out. And then also some others who may have not had the same history as we do. Some others, as I can think about, especially to get a female perspective on some of this as well. So we, Melody Rollins, who was on a past episode of ours, who lost her husband, the 2-part that she talked about losing her husband, that's somebody I can call. Because she understands. And so there's a shorthand we have, she'll understand, and then she may be feeling the same way.
Or going through it. And
because this same song I told you about, the spiritual that had come on. This song is like praise and worship type song. This is a beautiful song. I told Melody, hey, this came on. I couldn't finish it. And it was a beautiful song. And I let her know about it. And she said, that's a great memory for you to hold on to. That's something you two shared. Only you two shared. And she said, I needed to hear this today. So that made me feel good too. Because you might have had something going on too.
Exactly. Something else that maybe not a song, maybe something totally different, but it was that memory that you got to figure out, how do I process this? And it's and somebody saying, hey, it's okay to process that. But yeah, I mean, I think that the main thing is, you know, if you're listening and you've got that underlying anger, that underlying pressure or stress of like you've got these moments that flow in and you don't know what to deal with them, or you're struggling with how to process them because there's something you feel like you have to get away from.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why we're talking about it.
that's exactly why.
Yeah. That's why we're talking about it. Because you can't, because if you don't deal with it, it's going to find residence in everything that you do and disrupt what it is that you're trying to do with other relationships with people in your household or outside, and maybe in professional situations too. Who knows?
Yeah.
So what if anger isn't the problem?
Yeah. What if it's, I mean, what if it's just unprocessed, some unprocessed emotion that you're trying to work through? Like
trying to go somewhere.
Yeah, you're trying to get it someplace. Yeah.
I mean, that changes how you look at it.
Yeah.
When you really put a name on it, as you said before, that helps.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So
I didn't say put a ring on it. I said,
put a name on it.
Put a name on it.
Yeah. Not a ring. But
Not a ring.
That's right.
That comes later.
Yes.
But
if it's in the cards.
If it's in the cards, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I mean the main part, like to think about it, like the important thing, the first thing is to recognize it. Right? When it starts flowing in, when you feel it, just pause and recognize it.
Yeah. Don't ignore it.
Don't ignore it. Don't try to stuff it down. Just like you gotta deal with it.
Yeah.
And then the second, like I keep saying, like name it. Like that's become important for me. And I know it's not always easy to understand what the primary emotion.
Yeah.
Right. The primary emotion is I'm angry right now.
Yeah.
The secondary is like, were you really angry, or are you annoyed, or are you bothered, or whatever, right?
Just agitation,
right?
It all stacking up on
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once you get to that third level of understanding what caused that agitation or frustration, like that's in what is it specifically, then it like you've reached another kind of win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you channel it.
Yeah.
And you have to find a way to channel it, whether that's through work, some kind of movement, getting out of your situation geographically, physically.
Yep.
Just something productive. I think that's what you have to kind of move to.
Yep. And then, I mean, in again, how's it showing up? Where is it showing up?
Yeah.
Right. Is this something that's recurring? Is this something that's making you talk sideways to your friends and family, or you lashing out at your kids or whatever? Like those are things that I think it helps you process that. It helps you to process that and understand, how is this making me? How is this? And if it's nothing, if it's fine, nothing, I'm processing, I'm dealing with it, had a good reflection moment, and man, that's, she's going to be missed. Like, that's fine too.
Yeah.
So I think there's a whole lot of ways that this hits.
Yeah, there's for sure. And, if you're still angry though,
it's all right.
Yeah. You're not behind. Right?
Yeah. Nope.
So it's happened. You just haven't been shown where to put everything at that point yet. So it may take a little time. Take that time, as we have said before.
Yep.
So
So as we are, you just have to figure out where to put all of this, how to unpack it, what to deal with all of, and it's part of the process.
Yeah.
That's it.
There's no question.
Well, we appreciate, as always, you joining us, and take each day, always be forgiving of yourself.
Right.
And embrace those around you who are always there to help you and talk through these moments. Like D hit me and said, I just heard a song.
Yeah.
And I said, I feel you, brother.
For sure.
I didn't know what song, but I know the experience. I know the feeling.
I feel it. So yeah, just take that time. Don't move so quickly to anger or agitation, and put a name on it. Recognize it for sure. So well, we thank you again for joining us. Hopefully the anger doesn't rise to a level that it disrupts your lives as it can. So
let it out. Don't keep it contained.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good one. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for joining us on Getting Back Up, Finding Life After Death. If something in today's episode spoke to you, pass it on, because somebody out there needs to hear it.
For sure. We're on all the social mausoleums, so follow us on Instagram, Threads, TikTok. Mostly it will be in the form of Get Back Up Podcast.
And be sure to subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcast.
And remember, getting knocked down is part of life.
But getting back up, that's how we live.
We'll see y'all next time.